Every second you wait is another second lost. These words might be what finally gets you moving. Courage is resistance to fear, mastery of fear, not absence of fear. Mark Twain. Have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. Steve Jobs. The bravest sight in the world is to see a great man struggling against adversity. Seneca. Fear is a reaction. Courage is a decision. Winston Churchill. Bravery is the audacity to be unhindered by failures and to walk with freedom, strength, and hope in the face of things unknown. Morgan Harper Nichols. Courage doesn't always roar. Sometimes courage is the quiet voice at the end of the day saying, "I will try again tomorrow." Mary Ann Radmacher. To dare is to lose one's footing momentarily. Not to dare is to lose oneself. Soren Kierkegaard. One man with courage makes a majority. Andrew Jackson. Stand up to your obstacles and do something about them. Norman Vincent Peale. The greatest test of courage on earth is to bear defeat without losing heart. Robert Greene Ingersoll. Be brave. Take risks. Nothing can substitute experience. Paulo Coelho. What would life be if we had no courage to attempt anything? Vincent van Gogh. It is not the strength of the body that counts, but the strength of the spirit. J.R.R. Tolkien. Even if I knew that tomorrow the world would go to pieces, I would still plant my apple tree. Martin Luther. You must do the thing you think you cannot do. Eleanor Roosevelt. Leap, and the net will appear. John Burroughs. Sometimes even to live is an act of courage. Seneca. Courage is knowing what not to fear. Plato. Each time we face our fear, we gain strength, courage, and confidence in the doing. Theodore Roosevelt. Don't wait for the fear to go away. Take the step anyway. Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. Winston Churchill. Don't be satisfied with stories, how things have gone with others. Unfold your own myth. Rumi. Real courage is when you know you're licked before you begin, but you begin anyway and see it through no matter what. Harper Lee. He who is not courageous enough to take risks will accomplish nothing in life. Muhammad Ali. Being deeply loved by someone gives you strength, while loving someone deeply gives you courage. Lousy. Courage is like a muscle. We strengthen it by use. Ruth Gordon. It takes courage to grow up and become who you really are. E. E. Cummings. Only those who will risk going too far can possibly find out how far one can go. T.S. Eliot. Fight for your dreams, even if it means standing alone. Malala Yousafzai. Courage is being scared to death, but saddling up anyway. John Wayne. You gain strength, courage, and confidence by every experience in which you really stop to look fear in the face. Eleanor Roosevelt. The most courageous act is still to think for yourself. Aloud, Coco Chanel. Courage is grace under pressure. Ernest Hemingway. Life shrinks or expands in proportion to one's courage. Anais Nin. The only thing we have to fear is fear itself. Franklin D. Roosevelt. It takes courage to be vulnerable. Brené Brown. To believe in something and not to live it is dishonest. Mahatma Gandhi. I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. Nelson Mandela. Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Steve Jobs. Have courage for the great sorrows of life and patience for the small ones. Victor Hugo. A hero is no braver than an ordinary man, but he is brave 5 minutes longer. Ralph Waldo Emerson. Without fear there cannot be courage. Christopher Paolini. The secret to happiness is freedom, and the secret to freedom is courage. Thucydides. Courage is found in unlikely places. J.R.R. Tolkien. A man with outward courage dares to die. A man with inner courage dares to live. Lao Tzu, implied but not in the original list, can be swapped in if needed. Inaction breeds doubt and fear. Action breeds confidence and courage. Dale Carnegie. You'll never do a whole lot unless you're brave enough to try. Dolly Parton. True courage is not the brutal force of vulgar heroes, but the firm resolve of virtue and reason. Alfred North Whitehead.